What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Max. Today's video is about you will get hate as an elite man. You will get hate. If you're not ready for it, well then this type of life is not cut out for you, right? You're better off staying as an NPC if you can't deal with the hate. And I got a few stories to share with you guys of times when guys just straight out hated on me. I mean, I could tell you guys like countless stories of times that happened, but I got a few examples, right? But one thing I want to say first is that if you do choose to just stay an NPC, and all an NPC really is someone who doesn't work on their physique, has bad habits, doesn't take themselves serious, doesn't present themselves well, right? Doesn't groom themselves properly, doesn't know how to speak to women, has bad habits, has vices, all of these things. That's what an NPC is, right? And the elite man is just a man who took control of his own life, right? Got into the best shape of his life, started presenting himself well, started talking to women, has a dating life on autopilot, cut off all his bad vices, has a strong circle. All of these things, that's what an elite man is. So I just want to make one thing clear first, is that if you choose to stay as an NPC, because we all start off as an NPC. No one's born as an elite man, right? You have to work up to it. And I was an NPC for most of my life. But if you choose to stay like that, you're still gonna get hated on. That's the funny part. You're still gonna get hated on as an NPC, but not only just straight up hate, it's gonna be more like straight up disrespect. You're gonna get disrespected as an NPC. Right? By men and women. Women won't give you the time of the day. They're going to brutally reject you, right? People are going to treat you like you're invisible, like you're a subhuman, even though they're NPCs themselves. Everyone always thinks they're better than they actually are. So they're going to look at you as an NPC. You feel me? And the thing is, once you become elite, you don't treat even the NPCs as someone who is less than. Because you understand, because you started off on the same path. You understand? But it's like your choice. What do you want to deal with? Do you want to deal with hate or do you want to deal with disrespect? I'd rather deal with the hate. I'd rather have motherfuckers hate me, but they respect me, right? But I'm respected by most. But I still get all the women that I want. You feel me? I walk in the room, command respect, right? Have a strong circle by my side. I'd rather have that lifestyle. If you don't, if you rather get disrespected, be a victim, then shit, maybe just cut off this video right now. But for all my guys who are striving on their personal development journey, on their self-improvement journey, they're putting in the work, they're in the gym, they're taking care of their looks, taking care of their presentation, they're on dating apps, they're doing cold approaches, they're maximizing every single aspect of life. For all my guys who are striving to be the elite man, I want you to know right now, get ready, because you are going to have a lot of hate come your way. And I'll tell you guys one story, right? So the gym I go to now, I've been here for around 2 years already. But when I first started, obviously I was new, but I came into that gym already jacked. So I was already jacked, looking good, right? I just switched gyms. And sometimes you come into a new gym, motherfuckers are very territorial, right? Especially you come in as a jacked guy, they're like, who is this guy, right? He's coming into our gym, right? Where we have, our community, we have the women that we like, and he's gonna come in, and what's he gonna do, right? All the shorties gonna be giving him attention now. Like, guys know this, right? Guys literally see you as a threat when you do that. Like, if you weren't in shape and you just switched gyms, you went to a new gym, nobody would care, right? Nobody would bat an eye. But when you look good, right? When you have maybe a little bit of status, some people, and you're jacked, bro, the hate is just gonna come along with it. So I joined this gym, and for the most part, it was cool, right? But there was some off energy with some people. I'm very good at reading people's energy, and some people just like gave me bad vibes, right? But I just came in there with giving people the benefit of the doubt, right? And there was this one guy in particular, right? He actually works at the gym, and you know, when I'm new to a place, I always like to get people's names. Doesn't matter if they're workers, members. It doesn't matter if it's the fucking janitor. Like I say what's up to the janitor all the time. Like that's just basic courtesy, right? Basic social skills, knowing people's names, treating everyone with respect, no matter what. So that's my philosophy. Treat people with respect until they give you a reason to disrespect them. So that's the mentality that I came into it with, right? And I got to know a few people at the gym, and this one guy told me, he was like giving me a little story about this guy that works there, and he's like, yeah, so and so, I don't mess with him, like he doesn't like me either, this and that over some chick, right? And hearing this was like my second week in that gym. I'm hearing like this bad story about someone who works there. I was like, yo, you know what? I was like, damn. But I didn't have like this perception of that guy. I didn't judge him based off a story I heard from someone else. Like you could tell me something bad about somebody or something good about somebody. I'm gonna keep it in mind, but I'm not gonna judge them based off of your story. I'm gonna treat people how they treat me, right? Just because someone did you wrong doesn't mean they'll do me wrong, and vice versa. So he told me that, and I still, I got the guy's name, the worker, and was cool with him. Always said what's up to him, right? Had no problems with the dude. Basically, time went by, and it was like a few months. I say about 6 to 8 months that I'm in this gym already, right? Already know most of the people there, right? I make content, so that makes me stand out even more, right? People are like, who the fuck is this guy recording, right? Who's this guy doing 4-plate weighted dips, right? But basically, I got to know most of the people there, right? Made a little name for myself. And everything's cool. And then one day I'm on a dating app. So I'm on Bumble actually, and I see I got a match. And it's this shorty who also works at my gym. You feel me? So we matched, and she hit me up because it's a Bumble, right? They message first. So she hits me up, and she's like, we have a combo, and in person, I don't like the shit where I eat, especially if it's a worker, right? I might approach someone at the gym, but if it's a worker, that's like pushing it. You feel me? That's a little pushing it. But she matched with me, right? And she messaged me, so I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. So we do a little talking in person. All the conversations were always just like, I have a certain way of speaking to women. I wouldn't call it flirting, but obviously I don't talk to them the same way I talk to a man. And sometimes, since I'm attractive, even if I'm not intentionally flirting, they might think I am. They may take it as that. They might, flirt back. That's just how it is. So that's basically what was going on with this chick. We would speak, right? She would always get nervous when we would speak, even though it would be like normal conversations. And so I had the feeling that she was feeling me. And then the day we matched on Bumble, that kind of secured it, right? That was like, okay, yeah, she likes me. So cool. Get to talking, got her number, right? We talked a little bit back and forth. It didn't really go nowhere, right? But I'm saying this because this is part of the story, right? So didn't really go nowhere, but we were cool, right? Every time I see her in person, we would have a little chit chat. It'll be cool. And the thing is, since she works there, and that other guy who I met, her coworker, he would see me speak to her. And this guy, bro, not jacked, skinny as fuck, looks like a fucking NPC, like a dweeb, right? Just like, best description I could give is like, you guys know Diary of a Wimpy Kid? This is who this guy looks like. Like, he literally looks like that guy, right? But anyways, I always would see him like he would be in our business, like trying to listen to what we're talking about. You feel me? Try to distract her, right? Just do all type of weird shit, like make guard, even though he was not, like he's not with her, right? And I noticed he does that with like every girl I would talk to in that gym. And this is essentially what I heard from the first guy that I spoke to. The first guy who told me a story about, the worker. He told me basically something similar, that he was doing the same thing. So I was like, oh damn, okay, I guess this really is who he is. He acts cool to me, but then he gives off this weird energy, these weird vibes, right? But I could tell like he's trying to get with all these chicks, and none of them are giving him the time of day. Like he's friend zoned by every single one of them, and it makes sense. He's out of shape. He literally works in the gym, but he's still skinny as fuck, right? Face is just chopped, right? Bad hairstyle, like, and just no sort of frame, no sort of backbone to him, right? No sort of aura, for lack of better terms. You feel me? So I'm speaking to her, right? Time goes by, and then one day, it was like late night, just finished the workout, and I lost my weight belt, right? I left it somewhere upstairs, and I realized once I got down to the locker room, I was like, fuck, I forgot my weight belt. So I texted her, right? Since she was working that day, I texted Shorty that works there, and I'm like, yo, can you do me a favor? She's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, can you look for my weight belt, right? Like, let me know if you find it upstairs. She was like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, bet. So I came up, right, out of the locker room, and then I go to the front desk. I'm like, hey, did you guys find it? And she was like, oh yeah, I asked this other guy, one of our other coworkers, to look for it. And so I asked him, yo, bro, did you find it? And he was like, nah, we didn't find it. And I was like, damn, there's no way someone could have stolen my belt, right? So I went upstairs, went looking for it myself. And I found it literally in the same spot where I left it. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, did they even look for this shit? So I came down and I talked to the guy who told me they didn't find it. And I'm like, yo, bro, did you guys even look for this? And then he was like, just like got all red and shit, acting like a goofy, like, to be honest, we didn't look for it. And I'm like, bro, what? Bro, this is $100 belt. You telling me like I would have just went home, lost it, because you couldn't do your job and fucking go find the shit that you told me you were gonna look for? But I kept my cool. I didn't even say all that. I was just like, yo, bro, whatever. You feel me? I didn't even amp up on it. You feel me? But then I went to the shorty, and I said this in a very playful tone. I said it just like this to the shorty I was texting. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I asked you to go get it. And then, like, I was just like joking with her, right? And she kind of like chuckled at it, right? And then the guy, right, her coworker, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid looking kid, he was like, bro, what do you mean you asked her to get it? And I'm like, yo, bro, what? He's like, she was busy with something. She doesn't have to do something that you tell her. And I'm like, yo, bro, are you her lawyer? Right? Like, are you her lawyer? Why the fuck are you getting in this conversation? Right? Like, nobody was talking to your bitch ass. And he was like, oh, I'm her cousin. I'm her cousin. And quite frankly, I don't know if they were cousins. I really don't think so. Just off the energy. I think he just said that because, like, I called him out basically for being a simp. Right? Because it's clear that he likes her, and that she wasn't giving him the time of day. He always seen us interact. He's got jealous, basically. And even me just like jokingly playing with her, telling her, yo, like, that's crazy. I asked you to look for it. He took that opportunity to save the day, right? Be Mr. Save the Day, Mr. Superhero, right? And look where that got him, looking stupid, right? So he's like, oh, I'm her cousin. I'm like, I don't give a fuck who you are, right? Like, pipe down, right? But I was like, you know what? I could really, fold him up right now and, you know, fold him up, fuck him up, and then get kicked out the gym and probably arrested for assault because they have my address, they have my name. I could do that. I could act on my emotions, or I could just let them know what's up, go about my night, and then, you know, just not fuck with him. So I chose to do that. I looked him in the eyes and I was like, yeah, I like that energy. Keep it up. And I dipped, right? Ever since then, bro, been coming back to the gym. This guy always looks just like a straight pussy, bro. Straight pussy, just straight pussy. Like, you could tell he doesn't want to see me. I don't want to see him. And you could tell of some guys, like, when they hating just from their look, right? Just from their face. And he's been had that face even before we got into this altercation. I just let it go because he never straight up did anything. I was just like, okay, it's kind of weird. Like, he says what's up to me, but then he has this hated ass look on his face. And it's like, yeah, this guy was hating on me the entire time. From the moment I entered the gym, from the moment I joined that motherfucker. All because of what? Because I'm the elite man and he's not? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. I don't look at other guys who are doing better than me, who are more jacked than me, maybe get more women than me, just look better than me, right? I don't know too many guys like that, but, you know, there are some guys who have something better than me, right? Either that's money, you know, looks, maybe status, something, right? There's guys like that, right? I'm humble enough to admit it. But I don't look at them with hate. I look at that as like, damn, yeah, that motivates me, that inspires me. Once I get that, bro, I'm gonna be on another level. You feel me? I'm gonna be on another level. But I'm never just like looking at guys like, oh, he has more muscles than me. Oh, let me go and try to cock block him. Oh, every girl's talking to him. Let me go try to make him look stupid, right? Let me just go try to call him out. Like, what? Let me establish my dominance. Like, what the fuck, bro? So I never understand that, because even when I was at MVC, I was not hating on guys doing better than me. Like, that the hating wasn't in my soul. But when you become an elite man, you will attract those people because you just radiate on a different energy. You vibrate on a different vibration, different frequency. And guys who get around your frequency, they're at such a low frequency. Think about it. This guy works at the gym, hates his job. He's literally not even jacked. He sees all these jacked guys come in, right? All his coworkers don't give him the time of day. All these good-looking gym girls don't give him the time of day, you know? And it's not even about his job. Like, I know guys who work in that gym who are jacked, look good, great with women, not haters, right? Cool guys, I'm cool with them, right? But this guy is the complete opposite of all of that. All through his fault. It's all his fault because he didn't put in the fucking work. He just chose to hate, sit back and hate and complain. You understand? So just get ready for it. Get ready for people to send you that evil eye once you get your shit together, once you start improving. And this happens instantly. Because as soon as you make that decision to level up as a man, to get better, people just sense it. They're like, there's two types of people. There's the people that respect it and applaud you for it and maybe even get motivated and inspired by it. And then there's the second type of person. Second type of person will see you trying to improve and they're going to think that, oh, this guy, he thinks he's better than us. Oh, look at him walking straight. Look at him, you know, always in a good mood. Yeah, he thinks he's better than us. Yeah, he has muscles, he talks to girls, he looks good. He thinks he's better than us. Like, bro, it's not that deep. You're projecting your own insecurities. You understand? So just get ready for that. You're going to have a lot of people like that. And you would, and it's going to come as a shock. And it may even demotivate you because you're like, what the hell? I thought I was cool with these people and all of a sudden they're switching up on me. But that's just human nature. We always talk about female nature, right? This is human nature. So let's talk about male nature. right? Even though these guys, I wouldn't even consider them male. They're like subhuman at this point, right? Because you weren't exposed to the hate when you were in a BC because there was no reason for people to hate on you. Straight up. You might never got disrespect. But as soon as you start improving, as soon as you start like, taking care of your looks, taking care of your physique, getting in better shape, right? Attracting women, being around them, improving your status, right? As soon as you start doing that, haters just come out from the dark, right? And don't let that stop you. Don't let that shit stop you. If anything, you gotta use that as fuel. You gotta use that as fuel. I don't get too many haters in my comments, but I do occasionally, right? I do occasionally. And the thing is, there's not too much to hate about my videos because I just tell things how it is. So the only people who do hate are the ones who they're at such a lack in their life that the only way they can feel better about themselves is if they project their insecurities onto me, onto my videos through their hate, right? Because something I said pissed them off. I say get in shape. They may be out of shape and they're trying to feel better about themselves, so they hate, right? Versus another guy who may be out of shape. He hears get in shape and he's like, yeah, you're right. I gotta get in shape. Thanks for motivating me, bro. That's the difference. And if you're that first guy, let me just make this thing clear. If you're that first guy who hears someone trying to help you out, trying to lead you on the right path, and your first instinct is just to hate on them, say something negative, right? Disrespect them, that's a you problem. That means you don't love yourself, straight up. And you gotta work on that, right? Another guy, this place I used to work at, right? I had a couple of shorties who were coworkers, and then there was like a kitchen in the spot. And there was this one guy, right, a short dude, about like 5'5", and he was older than me, right? I'm 24. This guy was like in his mid 30s, maybe early 30s, but he was working in the kitchen. So we just met, and once again, treated him with the utmost respect. Every time I would see him, we would have conversations, right? He would just like, we would have conversations, we would shoot the shit, right? And I noticed that nobody in the spot really fucked with him. And I was confused because every time I was with him, he didn't give me any reason to not like him, right? He was a cool dude every time we would interact. Only to find out, once this guy got fired, that I found out from the other shorties in the spot that, oh yeah, he would always like try to talk shit about you when you were not there. Try to like talk. I remember one time, my female coworker, she was like, yeah, one time he was like, oh, girls don't like big muscles like that, like on backs, right? Because obviously I was jacked. He's seen that. Everyone's seen that. He's like, yeah. He would talk about how, oh, like women don't like muscles like that, right? And I'm like, there's no way he said that. And yeah, he said that. Like I had multiple people come up to me and tell me that. And I was just like, damn, bro. I thought we were cool. I thought we were chilling. Every time I saw you, right, you're asking me for fitness advice, and then behind my back, you're telling the girls at the spot that, oh, women aren't attracted to muscles. Like that's why they don't fuck with you. That's why nobody fucked with him, because fake, right? Talking shit behind people's back. And it's crazy because every comment that he made about me literally made them like me even more. That's the funny part. Guys like this, they think that trying to be the bigger person, like the alpha guy, right? Trying to, like the first guy who was trying to get inside our business, he was trying to stand up for his coworker when really he was just being a simp, right? Being a weirdo. Or like guys who try to talk shit about you to other women. They think that makes them look better. And the women will like entertain it because they want to hear exactly what this guy has to say. And so while you're talking shit about a guy to another woman. She's gonna entertain it. She's gonna let you spill all the beans, and then when she's not with you, guess what? She's gonna be with the guy that you were talking shit about. Because every single time you talk shit about another man to a woman, you run your mouth, she just becomes more attracted to him, straight up, right? I've seen it time and time and time again. Why? Because when you're elite, that's what happens, right? That's the stupidest tactic. When guys think that talking shit about you to a woman is gonna make them not like you, it makes them like you even more. Straight up, like it makes them like you even more. This guy literally got me laid, actually, multiple times because of the comments he made, right? And then what did he get? Nothing. He just made himself look like a fool. So, moral of the story, number one, don't be a hater, right? Don't talk shit about other men. Don't run your mouth. Don't gossip, right? Number two, just be okay with the hate. You feel me? As long as they're not doing it to your face. If they're doing it to your face, you gotta stand your ground, right? Let them know what's up. Let them know you don't appreciate it. And if they're trying to take things to the next level, well then shit. Do what you gotta do. You feel me? Do what you gotta do. But if you can tell they're just running their mouth, they're not really about none, just let those people be, man. They're miserable, and you always look like the bigger person. You always look like the better person when you just let you feel me, the crows crow, and you're just going about doing your business. That's real G shit, right? Women notice that, men notice that, men will start to respect you for that, and women will be even more attracted to you from that, right? Just don't let the hate get to your head. I know sometimes you be like, damn, seems like everybody's hating. Bro, if everybody around you is hating, fuck them. All you need is yourself. That's all you need. You guys are on my channel. I got you. I won't hate on you, right? We're building a community over here, a family, right? Come join the channel, subscribe, right? Leave comments, get to know some of the other guys. And if you really want to take things to the next level and you want my help being the elite man, then book a one-on-one call with me in the description, right? Figure out your situation and we're going to see if it makes sense for me to coach you, right? When I coach you, you get instant access to my inside community. You feel me? Other guys who are on the same path as you, who are trying to better their looks, better their presentation, attract more women, get into the best shape of their life, and become elite. You understand? Surround yourself with the guys who have that winning mentality. Because if you keep surrounding yourself with guys who hate, you're just going to end up being a hater yourself, right? None of the guys in my community, none of my clients are on that shit, right? I'm very careful about the people that I choose to work with. And that's why we have those qualification goals. Because I don't just take on anybody into my program. You understand? I got to make sure that you're going to add value to the community, right? And you're going to do what it takes to improve yourself, right? I'll give you the systems, the blueprint, the accountability, but you got to put in the work at the end of the day. So if that's something that interests you, click that link in the description. We'll book a one-on-one call, talk about it, and make sure to check out the Instagram as well. Post daily reels, 15 stories a day, bro. You can learn a lot more about what I do, who I am on Instagram. Click that link in the description, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.